Welcome to Florida Citrus Mutual's annual meeting, held at the 2019 Citrus Industry Annual Conference. It's hard to believe this is our 14th year at the Coconut Point Hyatt in Bonita Springs. This event has been quite a gathering for learning, business, fun, and camaraderie. And for those of you that are just learning your way to the beach, I'm happy to announce we have signed a new contract with the Hyatt for the next 2 years, so there's still a chance you will find it. The hotel staff does a great job, and our post-conference survey always shows it. This audience knows that the industry in Florida Citrus Mutual had an unusually busy season. Let's take a look at some of the highlights through the photographs we had taken this past year. Like last year, Hurricane Irma continued to cast a long shadow. During the initial stages of the Hurricane Financial Assistance Program, Florida Citrus Mutual and the industry regional citrus groups worked overtime to host WIP and block grant meetings, as well as one-on-one interviews across the state so growers could get their questions answered. The primary focus of your staff was to get hurricane assistance out to the growers. We had mixed results, but we believe our efforts have helped the program turn the corner. With the structure set up by USDA and the Florida Department of Emergency Management, the paperwork requirements have been tough. We know it's been frustrating to everyone involved, but I can assure you the FSA and the emergency management staff did a yeoman's job trying to sort out the rules and protocols for the WIP and block grant programs. It's been no easy task for them either. The good news is the money is starting to flow into the hands of growers, and this story will continue until each and every valid citrus claim is paid. Our new Director of Government Relations, Matt Joyner, was a huge help on the block grant as well as in Tallahassee and Washington, D.C., talking citrus and promoting our priorities. Most of you knew Matt from the time he worked at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services under Commissioner Adam Putnam. That experience was put to test. Matt and the entire Florida Citrus Mutual staff did a great job this year. Florida Citrus Mutual and our partner, Aiken Gum, represented citrus growers in Washington, D.C. We educate elected officials about the importance of the citrus industry and our needs. I think this is what we do best. Even with the big turnover of elected officials at the federal level, the good news is that due to our relationships that we've always maintained, the support for Florida citrus is bipartisan. Both Democrats and Republicans understand the importance of citrus to the state of Florida. It's already been 5 years since the 2014 Farm Bill authorized $125 million for HLB citrus research. What a huge win that was. That money has yielded a lot of great work from our scientific community. The challenge this season was getting Congress to authorize another $125 million and convincing leaders we were still in the fight. After months of testimony, meetings, and Hill visits, Congress plugged another $125 million for citrus research into the 2018 Farm Bill, and President Trump signed it into law. Certainly with grower dollars and state and federal appropriations, the massive research push to find solutions to greening will not be underfunded. Also in support of the fight against HLB, Congress appropriated dollars to USDA's Multi-Agency Coordination Program also known as the MAC, and funded the CHIRP program. Both are geared to rapidly push the best research results to the growers. In addition to research, labor, more specifically improving the current H-2A program, remained a priority for Mutual during the season. On that front, we gained a new ally in Representative Virginia Fox, who sits on the House Education and Workforce Committee. That committee oversees the U.S. Department of Labor. Congresswoman Fox understands our issues with the adverse effect wage rate, and working together, we are hopeful for an administrative fix by Secretary Acosta. Florida Citrus Mutual also continued to move forward in reforming the citrus crop insurance program, whose shortcomings came in focus in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. Along with our insurance partner, AgriLogic, we will pursue a dual-track answer that includes an improved current dollar program while providing an insurance option that relies on growers' actual production history. The goal is to give grower choices that add value to their farm operations while managing risk. Finally, on the federal front, our big idea is the creation of a field trial, a demonstration program that will incentivize growers to replant and get production back to the point it can support the existing infrastructure and be profitable. After many conversations, many meetings, and guidance from growers, USDA, FDACS, APHIS, CRDF, ARS, IFAS, we just submitted a grant proposal for the Citrus Research and Field Trials, or the CRAFT program. The grower-driven, large-scale program will demonstrate such things as HLB-tolerant rootstocks, nutritional programs, and best grove architecture. Stay tuned for this one because it will be big and it will be implemented soon. While we know DC is challenging and at times a bit crazy, Tallahassee in springtime is not far behind. With a new governor, many new legislators, new leadership, and a new agriculture commissioners, let's just say we have a lot of new friends. The Florida citrus grower fared very well in this new environment. While the Department of Citrus did not get all of its requests for marketing from general revenue, a quick rundown of citrus programs that were fully funded include CRDF Research, the Citrus Inspection Trust Fund, Citrus Health Response Program, the new variety programs, and partially funded was the Florida Department of Citrus Marketing Programs. The state-funded citrus programs totaled nearly $20 million and provided growers a cost savings of 24 cents per box. It was a very successful session. With water and environmental concerns related to algae bloom and red tide, the ongoing panhandle recovery from Hurricane Michael, healthcare, education, and many other issues, the legislature had a tough job crafting a balanced state budget. Florida Citrus Mutual is appreciative of the tremendous support that our legislators continue to show the citrus industry. Here is a good time to emphasize the importance of Mutual's state and federal political action committees and the pivotal role that they and the board that governs them play in our successes. The reality of lobbying is that we need to support candidates who will have our backs, and that is what our PACs allow us to do. Getting elected to Congress or the state legislature is not easy, and it's not cheap. During the year, our board members, and in particular Tom Mitchell, were often asked to step up and participate in nearly all our events and lobbying efforts. Tom, I have one more ask. Please finish this video.
Thank you, Mike. That was a great summary. I was honored to serve as president of Florida Citrus Mutual this past year, and it really opened my eyes to the tremendous amount of work performed by Mutual staff and our partners. In addition to their daily responsibilities, they also coordinated several high-profile citrus events, including the annual conference. Whether it is our meetings, fundraisers, various luncheons, or packed clay shoots, our staff always steps up to make each event a huge success. Since January, Florida Citrus Mutual has hosted delegations from Texas, California, USDA Deputy Secretary Stephen Sensky, the Risk Management Agency Director, Commissioner Nikki Freed and FDACS leaders, and Congressman Darren Soto and Greg Stubbe. We have also had the privilege of giving numerous updates on the industry, whether it was to the Ag Committee staffers in Washington, the Senate Appropriations Committee in Tallahassee, the Citrus Research and Development Foundation, or our regional organizations. Florida Citrus Mutual's activities are guided by our 21-member board of directors who volunteer their time to serve the Florida citrus grower. Many of our board members travel to Washington and Tallahassee to represent the industry. They are always engaged on the issues facing Florida growers, and I personally would like to thank them for their dedication. I would also like to give a huge thank you to Steve Sorrells for serving on Mutual's board for almost 30 years. Steve has served in almost every capacity on this board, and his leadership and wealth of knowledge will truly be missed. As we say our goodbyes, we also welcome new board members, Justin Sorrells, Chief Operating Officer of Sorrells Citrus, and Danny Sutton, President and General Manager of Alico Citrus. These two astute and experienced individuals will be tremendous assets in the coming years, and we are grateful they will be joining us. I'm pleased to report that our financial position at Mutual is strong. Despite the decline in our budget over the past decade due to shrinking production, our board has been very disciplined and fiscally responsible. We have adequate reserves to ensure future stability for the organization. In closing, I would like to thank you for being members of Florida Citrus Mutual. I also encourage you to share the benefits of Mutual to any fellow growers that are not members. It is your membership and participation that help to make the organization a huge success. If we stand and speak as one, we will continue to find success as we advocate on behalf of all Florida citrus growers.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you for your time and efforts and your roll-up-your-sleeve participation. We, the staff and the board, tackled many large projects this year. And now it's time to turn the page from the 2018-19 season and chart our course for a prosperous new season. As we raise the sails for the 2019-20 season, please enjoy the Coconut Point Hyatt. Let's have a productive conference and we'll see you around. On behalf of the Florida citrus grower, Florida Citrus Mutual remains focused, committed, and making a difference.